Alright, let's work backwards on these. Kind of the same concept for this 0, 1 that we had on the last one. Notice that this guy, they did not tell us our b. They did that with the exponential growth, but not the exponential decay functions, so we're stuck not knowing anything to start off with. So let's make a list. A equals B equals H equals K equals, and I've once again written those rules down here. This one hasn't changed. Exponential growth, exponential decay, 0, 1 is going to be H, and then A plus K. Alright. This one, instead of being 1B, is negative 1, 1 over B, and that's going to change into H minus 1, AB over K. So not a lot to do. Our asymptote does the same thing for both growth and decay. Tells us our K value, so our K value is 4. And this point right here is always going to be our 0, 1, whatever's closest to that asymptote. So let's write that out. We know that 0, 1, right, is going to turn into H and A plus K. Alright, I'm going to write that down right below it. That's negative 3, 1. Negative 3, 1. Done. So I already know my H, don't I? H is negative 3. And I can pretty much figure out my A. So look, A plus K, we'll write that right here. A plus K is equal to, well, A plus K is equal to whatever value that is. Let's find it. 1, right? 1. So we know that A plus 4 equals 1. We subtract 4 and we got A equals negative 3. Well, now I got to go a little bit further. Alright? We don't have our B value. And if you'll notice, this transformation here gives us our B value. So we got to go to our second point. So let's write that out. We know that negative 1 and 1 over B, right, changes into H minus 1 and A over B plus K. I'll write this value there, so that's negative 4, negative 2. Let's see if this guy's works. So negative 3 minus 1, just checking that. It sure does. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4, so we know we're plugging in the right points. And then I'm going to write A over B. So A is, so this value right here is negative 3 over B. Alright. Plus K, we got plus 4 equals, well, it looks like negative 2. Alright. So if we subtract 4 from both sides, we get negative 3 over B equals negative 6. Alright, let's just cross multiply. Alright, we can cross here and here. And we get negative 6B. Negative 6B equals negative 3. And if I divide, I got B equals 1/2. So B equals 1/2. I'm going to try to write it really small on here, actually. So we get a function of x is equal to my a value, negative 3, my base of 1/2, right? X plus 3, and then plus 4. Kind of hard to fit in there, but there it is. Alright, let's find a blank next page. We'll do one more. It's right here. There you go. Alright. So let's write what we wrote on the last page. Alright, we got 2 rules, and we'll write them up here so we can remember them. It's a good thing to practice. That's why you have to practice, so this stuff gets stuck in your head. We got 0, 1, which changes into H and A plus K. Alright, and then we have this. We have negative 1 and 1 over B, which changes into H minus 1 and A over B plus K. There it is. So let's see what we know. We're going to figure out our A, our B, our H, and our K. K looks to be right here. K is negative 1. Alright. So let's use this guy to figure out H and A. So I know that 0, 1 changes into H and A plus K. Let's find the closest point they give us. Looks to be right here. Looks to be 2, right, and negative 1/2. That's what it changes into. So that tells us our H value right there is 2. And let's write that. We'll write A plus K. a plus k equals negative 1/2. Let's not forget that k is negative 1. So to solve this, we add 1 to both sides, and we get a equals 1/2. Let's write it up there, 1/2. Alright, so moving through, now we can use the second point over here to figure out b. Alright, so let's write it. We got this. We have, I'll kind of use a spot over here. Alright, we got negative 1 and 1 over b. That has changed to h minus 1 and a over b plus k. Alright, and we see that second point they give us looks to be 1, 4. 1, 4. I'm going to go right to this guy. Alright, we can see that that works, right? H minus 1 is 1, so we know we're at the right spot. And if I say a, which is 1/2, over b, which we don't know, right? Alright, plus k, which is negative 1, is equal to this number, which is 4. Alright, and if we add that to both sides, add 1 to both sides, we got 1/2. I want to write this a little bit different. That says divide by b, right? And I'm just going to multiply by 1 over b. And that gives us, what do we got? We have, and we get 5. Right. So let's multiply both sides by 2. Now there's so many ways to do this. Alright, we'll multiply both sides by b. Alright, and that gives us 1/2 equals 5b. And we multiply by 1/5 to get that 5 out of there. We get 1/10 equals b. And we get a b value of 1/10. There it is. Let's write it out. We'll write it right here. Y equals my a, which is 1/2, my base, which is 1/10, to the x minus 2 minus 1. We'll circle that and be done. I'm going to let you guys try this one, and I'm going to do one more video on this guy down here. See you guys soon.